Hey everyone, my name is KinkoClicks and welcome back to Dream Daddy. So I'm not really sure what to do. I don't know whether to go on dates with like everyone or just like focus on one particular dude. I'm not really sure how the game plays out, like if you get to 3 hearts and it comes to an end, I don't know. So I'm gonna try and message Robert again, but apparently my friend Luke told me if you sleep with him at the start, it kind of messes up the story, so you don't really get to do much with him, but we'll see. I'm gonna try again. Oh, we've got 1 heart now, so we didn't have that last time, did we? So that's good. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times. And Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decided to send him one last message, figuring that this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point, I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all cut up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favourite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 275 degrees, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on Grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavourful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? More cherries! Salt. Almond extract. Oh, that would be delicious. I love almonds. Oh, it's almond extract. Duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 15 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumpers until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, pups! It smells like pie in here. It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Fine, you caught me. Nothing. I've been leading a double life. Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and bank robber. The lifestyle is calling me back, and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciate the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza. Thanks for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh? What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pies means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly. And you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the centre of my 12th birthday cake? Well, it's... Imagine tucking into a cake and just finding an entire egg in there. Was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you... Just eat the pie, Panda. I'm telling you, Kinko is... He's dad me. This is... Everything he says is like stuff I would do. It's madness. I cut us just a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out the sides and the buttery cut crust glistens. I watch Amanda as Amanda takes a bite. What's wrong? Is it not good?
No.
Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No. I just burn the heck out of the roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right, the pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe we as society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole. Dad, your sleeve is on fire. I ran into the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda... See, he even sets himself on fire. I'm telling you, this guy is me. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and I play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one smells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by, we eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship's applications and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. I hope he's okay. I turn out the lights and lie down. Oh! 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 Come hang out with me. Oh, what's this? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Well, that's not exactly subtle. But, I mean, I did have fun with him the other night. Okay. I'll be right over. You gonna kick me out this time? Maybe. Hurry up. God damn it. I reluctantly throw on a jacket and head outside. Oh, Kinka, what are we doing? When I get to Robert's place, the door is already unlocked. As much as I feel like hooking up with Robert again, it's maybe not the best idea. That's a problem for tomorrow, Kinko. Hey. So, how are things? Robert stares at me. I know you're not here for small talk. A shrug. You got me. Robert closes the gap between us and whispers a series of increasingly filthy things in my ears as he backs me into his room. I'm starting to think maybe this was a good idea after all. Kinko, you dirty man. Hey, Robert nudges me awake. Oh, hey. Are you kicking me out? Kicking is a strong word. It's more like a gentle, friendly push. Gentle and friendly are not words I would ever use to describe Robert. I sit up and stretch. Oh god, I'm so sore and I haven't had hickeys like this since college. Jeez. I'm not doing this again if you're just gonna force me to leave. Yeah. You'll say that next time too. I throw my clothes back on whilst Robert smokes a cigarette on his balcony. See you around, I guess. Yep. I walk back home, my bones creaking. Ugh, what's his problem? Well, we gave him a chance and it didn't work out, so... I mean...
I've had better.
A C? I throw myself at you and you give me a C? Psh. Well, we tried it. Don't know if you don't try, do we? Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turned off all the lights and walked down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. Their kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda? The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strange. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Something must have happened. Get out! Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Oh, wow. Why is she so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, but I finally do. I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'd be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda. Morning. She drops off a frozen waffle in the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever up, takes her still freezer burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this will blow over and things will be back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on the wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knee, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I looked at her for ice cream, and it was like nothing even happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. Another pie! I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She clearly is trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin? What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah? I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, I suggest whatever it is, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully frosting has set by now. Ta-da! Dad! It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad. And I had to start over and... Sorry you're sad, but I support you 100%. This is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big hug. I grab some plates and forks to serve up some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? I guess I should start from the top. So, you know how Emma R was going to that fancy art school in California? Emma R. The one who puked in Dead Gotham Beyond. The best friend? Emma R is the best friend. Emma P is the other one. The best friend. You got it! Wow, proud of you. Yes! Anyways, ever since she got the exception letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out that Rosie M, that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's on the same night, and they told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Thanks. So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I, have a crush on Noah, and, that's the thing. What? Whoa, I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay, you're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R. And she promised not to tell anyone. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and I kept going about my business. And then one day I invite everyone out to get nachos to the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like, simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips, and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable.
Aww.
So I go to the mall anyway, I get to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos without me. What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realise that Noah has his arms around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt because, of course, she does, and Emma R just, like, glares at me. Grace, nothing is coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the boring one, gossipy one. Did she poop on the bed too? Boring one. Well, yeah, but that's not the important part. Grace is the one nobody really likes, or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck. Which I realise is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed and just wanted to get out of there. So I left, without nachos, might I add, which has only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R, asking how long the Noah thing has been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot, you still following? What did Emma R say? I'm a little confused, I understand. I have no idea what's happening. What did Emma R say? Oh, okay, get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads word for word. Can you believe that? Oh shit, skip past it. I cannot believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, I don't understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive. They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on read. And then, wait, left me on read? What's that? Oh, like she saw my message and didn't reply, and I know because there was a read receipts. I don't know what read receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am, because she's at least being kind of reasonable when I'm venting about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me, like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told to the group chat and got kicked out of. Alright, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everyone dropped me, half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Oh, Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everyone else, but Emma has been there since Mum died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even mad that she's dating though, I'm just upset she lied to me about it for so long. Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I cool enough? I didn't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Amanda looks so dejected. I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Wow. I know, it's pretty dumb. It's not dumb. No, it's stupid to be upset over. Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long time ago. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. High school sucks. Real friends don't do that. Real friends don't do that. When you get older, you start realising the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful relationships. Friendships, sorry. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I had learnt it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Yes, exactly. Oh, it drives me insane. People are like, oh, you know, this person's being such a douchebag to me. I'm like, just don't be their friend then. It's better to have, like, a few close friends that really are your friends, rather than having loads of friends that aren't really your friends. You know what I mean? This has got some good life lessons in it, this game. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing, and if they can't see that, then, well, their problem. It was also a thing when I was growing up, like, I probably talked about it before or whatever, but like getting bullied for being like different and being a goth back in the day and whatever. And like my mum would always say to me like, why didn't you tell me that people were being mean to you at school? I'm like, it didn't bother me. I was like, I'm myself, and if other people don't like me, then I don't want to associate myself with those people. I want to do what makes me happy, and if people don't like me for me, then stuff them, you know? And that's the way I've always looked at life, so... And that's the way everyone should see life. If someone doesn't like you for you, they are not worth your time. So this game, man, it's like right on par. I'll keep that in mind. I looked down at the table. Did we just eat the whole cake? Yes, we did just eat the whole cake. Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around. Hey, Pops. Yes, thank you. You're always welcome.
I love you too,
Amanda.
Dad.
Oh, okay, so I wonder if it gives us another heart. We've got 2 hearts now, so I'm kind of scared that if we get up to 3 that it will, I don't know, does it end the game? I kind of want to take things further rather than going out with everyone. So I'm going to go out with Damien again. He's still my favourite one. He's probably going to be like, so I heard you went out with Matt the other day. And we're like, fuck. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up the dad book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, Is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. A letter! That's so cute. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, the dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dearest Kiko, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that the use of my slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal. Not only in discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit. And for that I thank you. That said, Kinko, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll, would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, T. Bloodmarch. Isn't he the cutest? Oh man, see, I'm going all out with Damien. It's gonna be good. Imagine I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So you're gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah. I better message him on Dad Book to let him know. Is Damien a cinema kind of dude? Amanda slaps my laptop shut. You have to write him back. A real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two would like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Imagine when I hop onto my laptop to pursue showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2? Evil Never Dies? I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the denial of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just a lot of blood and vampire titties. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out and sit down at the table with Amanda trying to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien, I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Hey. Good morrow to you on this fine eve. I don't want to be someone I'm not, so let's pick something I would put. Not sure if that checks out, but it's fine to me. What's next? Hey, remember when your son tried to... No, we don't want to put that. You been good? I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Jeez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventures found ourselves. That ownership's pretty messed up. This one. Nice. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. Let me, get that. While a strange set of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Alright, okay, let's go for it. Bring it home, pups. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. That one. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed you'll find 2 tickets to the Vampire Crusade 2. Best wishes. Harp daps. Namaste. Best wishes. And then I sign my name. My full name. Fancier that way. Kiko Pops. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Good morrow to you on this fine eve. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word, as well as my even more amateur penmanship. Your letter found me in good spirits, where I felt very much the same after our last encounter. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. I love it. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just try to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down to form a pool of melted wax. What's the other thing? Amanda pours some wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing, here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess all that there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished. Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit and I show up to the theatre a little bit early. It's a chilly night and the theatre is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? Oh my god! I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it going to rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What?
Oh my,
what?
no.
Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear familiar voices behind us. Ugh, my dad's here. I turn around to find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theatre. I'm glad to see you spending more quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And what movie will we be attending to tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, If Never Dies. You? Watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Ha! Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friend and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line a little longer for Damien to buy us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats, settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? Is everything okay? Everything's perfectly fine. I am so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier the art, the better. Do you have a favourite horror movie? Of course I have a favourite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Oh, interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I'd never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Oh, so he doesn't like horror films. Oh dear. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. It's okay, Damien. You can snuggle up close to King Kong Pops. I apologise. I was thinking about something far scarier in this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, If Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes and well-oiled abs sits in a coffin. Awaken, my coven. 2 more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also, mortal enemy, it is time. The 3 look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you. Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood, or vampiric blood.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic and I got extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dad joke. Point out a plot hole. Ask what's happening. If I point out a plot hole, then it'd be like, oh, it's just a film, isn't it? Did you notice that how the guard fired 7 bullets, but his gun only holds 6 bullets? Yes, that was absolutely unforgivable from a filmmaking standpoint. It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out tiny mistakes in the work of others than it is to actually go and create your own thing, huh? I do that when I'm like slating games off. Like not slate, like when you play a bad game, you're like, oh, this is really bad. And I sit there thinking, well, I couldn't make anything better than this, so I can't really say much about it, you know? Hey, look, that's an anchorism. Anchorism, that. Sorry, I don't think I said that right. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus Badblood and the general's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts, our cold and beating hearts. Romulus and the general's wife begin making out hard. What? The film fades to black, the end appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover, Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for thousands of years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again and bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Damien and I walk out the movie theatre amidst throngs and chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. Well, the premise immediately struck me as pedestrian. I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theatre. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. He's so nice. I love him. He's the best one. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn. Okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks. Cool. Okay. Thanks. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I'm sure I am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? Maybe we could stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery? What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavour, Kinko. Trust me. I'm a little bit nervous, but Damien hasn't let me wrong yet. I follow his lead and we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow the path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The nightlights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. Where was he hiding that? Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds a blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and finds a selection of cheeses. The only thing I don't like about Damien is that he's obsessed. Like, it's okay to have a hobby about something, but he's obsessed with the Victorian era. Like, I don't know if it could be a long-lasting thing, but we'll see how it goes. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards become a more popular alternative to church burials, they become one of the only places that people could see beautiful plant life and find sculptures. That makes sense. It's pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with it being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie? Hey, I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I have never been good at those. I just feel as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films, so I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. See, that's another factor. Like, you gotta like horror films, because it's all I watch. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards are right. I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it kept us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think it gives a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit among generations of those who came before us, to truly be alive in the midst of so much death, brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. That's kind of beautiful when you think about it that way. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us and paralysed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature's getting closer, moving faster. Woof. Oh, it's a dog. It finally comes into the light. The friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. Oh, look at you! The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs his hand. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. Okay, no, yeah. Damien's the one. What a beautiful dog. Hey, we both look up, not expecting to see... Oh, well, you know what? You kicked me out, so this is what's happening. Robert, what are you doing out here this lovely evening? Hunted cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog leads up at the tree and crunches away, tail waggling furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog such as a terrier or Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet, extends a hand to help me. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us to the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It's really beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Kiko, if you allow me, it would bring great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. He presses it into my hand. Well, thank you, Damien. I'm going to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on this. I'm going to wave this at passing ships. Let's say something nice. Damn! A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh? I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just... okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I keep that between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, it's cool. It's scary. Let's save, Kinko. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I will try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Yeah! Come on, give me an A.
My dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one. Taken the egg is it's a Victorian phrase. It technically means winning, so, ultimately, you've won.
Oh, I love him. I guess S is that the best rank you can get? See? And no one else gave us that much. We got like a B with fucking Matt. We got a C with stupid Robert. It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh, so I decided to take the long way home. I casually strolled through the neighbourhood, taking the sights and sounds of suburban city with low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head. And now it's lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this out inside. I look over in the corner and spot none other than Mary, sitting alone in the corner nursing a cocktail. Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks so sad. She looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass to me before staring off into the middle distance. Say hi. I decided to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyway. Hey. She finally notices me. Hey, cowboy. You alright? Never better. She hiccups. Guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes. Oh. Will you walk a gal home? Go on then. I slide out of the booth. She seems like Mary's having some trouble getting up. I reach out a hand to help her, but she waves me away. Ah, got it, I got it. She clearly does not got it. You know what? Hang out here for a second. I walk over to the bartender and pay Mary's tab. Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac, and I'm just making sure she gets home safe tonight. I know you. Yeah, it's nothing weird, just... She usually has one of the bar staff walk her home, but I trust you. She doesn't, like, go home with... I don't really want to say it. One of these guys she meets. Nah. Ain't her thing. Huh? I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of the seat directly into my arms. It's still raining a little bit, but I take off my coat and hold it over Mary's head. I'm such a gentleman. Sorry. Let's get you home. Mary and I walk in silence up the street toward the cul-de-sac. I have no idea what to say to her, for fear that she might hit on me, or not. What did the bartender mean ain't her thing? Sorry you have to seem like this. I'm usually not. I know Joseph doesn't like it when I... Just sorry. It's alright. I'm sorry if I'm ever mean to you. It's alright. No, it's not. I know it's not. I'm just having a really... Forget it. As we reach the cul-de-sac, I can feel Mary starting to slow down. By the time we arrive at the doorstep, she pulls away from me. Wait, can we just hold on?
Hey.
What's wrong?
Hey.
How about another drink? Old time's sake. Come on, Mary. It's bedtime. Mary looks me up and down, giving me half a smile. You're right. She pulls me in close to a hug, holding on to me a little longer than feels appropriate. She mumbles into my chest. You're a good kid. Thanks for the company. Mary gives me a pat on the back, straightens out her sweater, and walks in the rest of the way to the front door herself. Huh? Well, that was a weird thing to happen. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here for now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And hopefully I will see you in my next episode. Bye!